Pampered Chef Consultant, and today we're going to do a cozy in the kitchen with Candace, and I'm going to make green curry chicken. I love green curry, love it in the restaurants, and I'm not eating a lot of rice right now, but this would be excellent to serve with rice. But I found some green curry paste in a local Asian market that we had, and on the back is a green curry chicken recipe. So it's a chilly day outside, and I thought this would be perfect. Just so happens I had 2 cans of coconut milk in the pantry, and we're gonna use those, and I'm actually doubling the recipe. This recipe, everything's in grams. So thank goodness I got out my little Pampered Chef scale, and I measured everything into grams. It does pounds and ounces and grams. So this allowed me to actually get it right. So this one, on the recipe on the back of the container, it calls for stir frying 50 grams of green curry paste and a tablespoon of soybean oil, and then add a cup of milk. Well, since I'm gonna double the recipe, and since I'm gonna use my rock crock today, and since I don't have any soybean oil, I am gonna use some sesame oil, which will make about 2 tablespoons, and then 100 grams, which I would say that 50 grams is probably 2 to 3 tablespoons of green curry paste. And I've gotten my rock crock really hot, and so I am just going to stir this in and saute this for a little bit. This rock crock gets extremely hot. I burned my thumb. So be careful with it, but it works. I love it. It just really is great. So I'm gonna saute this around, stir this around, and while this is working, I'm going to take 100 grams of chicken. How much is 100 grams of chicken? I measured 3 smoked chicken breasts. This recipe actually calls for uncooked chicken, but I've got some cooked chicken in the fridge. Want to use that, want to get that out of the fridge, because that's me. I use everything out of the fridge. And this recipe actually calls for 200 grams of fresh meat. This is about 400 grams of chicken breast. So I would say 3 small chicken breasts, or 1.5. And I'm gonna cube this up. Once this is nice and fragrant, sauteed, and smells so yummy, we are going to add a cup of, let me get it for you. We're gonna add a cup of coconut milk, and then we're just gonna stir that in till it's all incorporated. The best part about the rock crock is that using metal utensils in it, it doesn't scratch it. So if it does, and you have any issues with it like that, rock crocks do have a warranty. So if you are interested in this one, you're gonna love it. You really are. We've got this all incorporated. We are going to add our meat. Now this is where you would usually put in your raw chicken and then continue cooking it, but this chicken's already done. So I'm just going to add it. And since it is a little bit lower, at lower temperatures, then you would normally cook it on the stove if you would cook it on high. We're gonna cook this, and we're gonna let it simmer also. I found a bag of Sugar Snap pea stir fry in the back of the freezer. So I'm gonna add that. It also calls for now this is more than the 100 grams that it calls for. That's why I doubled the recipe, but this is a little bit closer to 400 grams of, and that's about, 567 grams. So that's about 20 ounces. So you would probably only use about a quarter of this, or maybe even a half, but we really like vegetables. I'm gonna throw that in there too. And yep, it's frozen. To this, we are going to add another cup of coconut milk once this gets nice and warm. And I am going to add about half to a cup of chicken broth. It does call for hot water. I like chicken broth. We're gonna use that. And yep, I just pulled that out of the freezer too. So, freezer crock pot meals makes everything tasty. Use what you've got, enjoy it. And I'm gonna show you the final product on this one after it cooks for some time. And if you have a chance to go into your local Asian market, check that out. This is green curry paste, and I can't wait to taste what it's like. Thank you so much for getting cozy in the kitchen with Candace. Like and subscribe to my YouTube and Facebook channel. If you see any of the Pampered Chef items that you always see in my videos and want to reach out and talk to me about it, I'll be happy to give you more information. Don't forget, in the year 2022 that is coming up, Jeremiah 29:11 says, "I know the plans that I have for you, says the Lord, plans to prosper you." Continue reading on and find out the amazing things that He has for you. Thank you so much. God bless, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.